to the countdown.
Tahniah. Siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Hai. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera semua para guru, ibu bapa dan anak-anak pelajar sekalian. Selamat datang ke Pusat Tuisyen Akademi YouTuber Usaha Sama E-Didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Sebelum kita mulakan kelas, mari kita membaca umul kitab Al-Fatihah. Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin. Apa khabar semua? Harap semua berada dalam keadaan baik dan bersedia untuk meneruskan kelas kita pada petang ini. Cikgu percaya anak-anak semua dah tak sabar untuk meneruskan kelas kita kali ini. Cikgu mulakan sesi ini dengan memperkenalkan diri cikgu. Nama Cikgu Zanaria binti Abdullah aka Cikgu Zana selaku moderator pada petang ini. Hari ini kita ada 10 kelas dan kelas biologi kita pada petang ini adalah kelas yang ke-6. Untuk makluman anak-anak sekalian, pada petang ini kita bersiaran secara langsung dari channel Cikgu Naini. Siapa yang belum subscribe, Cikgu mohon tekan butang subscribe sebagai tanda sokongan kepada Cikgu Naini. Terima kasih anak-anak yang dah subscribe tu. Okay, nama sebenar beliau adalah Cikgu Nur Naini binti Harun dari Pusat Tingkatan 6 SMK Sultan Sulaiman, Kuala Terengganu, Terengganu. Beliau berpengalaman 23 tahun dalam mengajar subjek biologi, STPM dan SPM. Tajuk pelajaran yang anak-anak akan belajar pada petang ini ialah Hardy-Weinberg Equilibrium. Kelas ini anak-anak akan berlangsung lebih kurang 1 jam. Dengan itu, cikgu harap anak-anak dapat mengikuti kelas ini sehingga tamat. Selain itu, izinkan cikgu memperkenalkan guru-guru yang berkesempatan hadir bersama petang pada petang ini. Okey. Yang pertama Cikgu Mawar sebagai host controller, Cikgu Faiza dan Madam Fizi selaku pemerhati untuk kelas petang ini. Sebelum kita teruskan kelas kita, ingin cikgu ingatkan semua anak-anak dan penonton yang ingin menghantar komen atau menulis komen, gunakanlah bahasa yang sopan dan gambar profil yang bersesuaian untuk tontonan umum. Cikgu percaya semua yang hadir kelas pada petang ini merupakan pelajar-pelajar yang cemerlang. Jom, mari kita tunjukkan disiplin yang terbaik. Anak-anak didik sekalian, cikgu harap anak-anak dapat fokus pada isi pelajaran yang akan disampaikan oleh Cikgu Naini. InsyaAllah, muka kelas kita pada petang ini dapat dimanfaatkan sepenuhnya oleh anak-anak sekalian. Jadi, tanpa membuang masa lagi, saya serahkan kelas ini kepada Cikgu Naini. Silakan.
Okay, thank you Teacher Jana. Okay, hi everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon. I'm Teacher Naini HR. My full name is Cikgu Nur Naini Harun. Okay, thank you for my moderator Cikgu Zana, Cikgu Mawar as control house and my beloved panel Cikgu Faiza Cikgu Cikgu Madam Fizi as observer. Okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, my full name is Naini binti Harun. Teacher come from Pusat Tuisyen SNK Sultan Sulaiman Kuala Terengganu. Okay, and my teaching experience 23 years in this only one school for 20 years. I'm teaching biology STPM and also SPM at that school, and 7 years teaching biology STPM. And so my channel is Cikgu Naini HR. Okay, so you all can type my name, Cikgu Naini HR. Okay, and this channel, okay, so my background is referred to life. Okay, so let's explore biology. Join me for more biology contents and also prior collaborative playlist for other subjects also in my description. Okay. Okay, so let me introduce my teammate. Okay, this is my head panel of Bio Prayu. Okay, in our content today, Cikgu Nur Faizah binti Ahmad. Okay, Cikgu Nur Faizah, she from Sekolah Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. So experienced teacher, 25 years teaching and 10 years teaching in College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. Okay, so her channel is Cikgu Faizah. Okay, so you all can subscribe the channel Cikgu Faizah. Okay, and my other teammate is Cikgu Fatia binti Mansur. She also teaching experienced teacher teaching in biology. Okay, from PTE SMK Seri Serdang Selangor. Okay, so she teaching experience 29 years and 20 years teaching in Form 6. Okay, and you can join her at channel Cikgu Fatia 66. Okay, so we also have other subject team. Okay, so this one is for Max. Okay, which is led by teacher Im. Okay, and then teacher Aileen and Cikgu Zana here in our Conti. So they set their session at Saturday. Okay, on 5 p.m. Okay. And we also have chemistry team. Okay, chemistry team. Okay, which is led by Cikgu Shahnon. Okay, and then the teammate Cikgu Bibi Lau, Cikgu Mawa in our conti here, and teacher Tang. Okay, so they have new schedule at Thursday 9:30 p.m. And also we have a per-accountant for matriculation, which leads for Madam Fizi, and also her team Cikgu Yati, and other STPN subjects. Okay, we can also join Cikgu Agila pengajian am, MURID, teacher Aisyah, pengajian perniagaan Cikgu Rizal, and then per-accountant STPN by Cikgu Hao and Cikgu Yi. Okay, so all tuition online free, you can find their schedule at the portal, the website of our www.academyyoutuber.com. Okay, so maybe you all are excited what we want to learn today. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you all, okay, student and so on. A teacher also may be here and whatever. Okay, so the topic today is Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or law or principle. And also we have a Hardy-Weinberg equation. Okay, so this one relate to matriculation syllabus and also STPN syllabus. Okay, so where they describe, the first thing is to explain or describe the gene pool, allele frequency, and then also genetic frequency. Okay, so you all must state the Hardy-Weinberg law, okay, for matriculation and STPM, and explain and also calculate. Okay, and then you all also must explain the condition of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium to valid. That means assumption where we must be use this equation. And also if happen the changes, okay, so how we describe the change in genetic frequency which have evolution, so where we don't have to use the Hardy-Weinberg equation. Okay, so the Hardy-Weinberg equation is for bio and relate to mathematics, so you must know how to calculate them. Okay, so the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, so like you see, what is this population? Okay, this is the Squirrel Island. Okay, and then you see the brown fur color. Okay, many than the yellow color squirrel. Okay, okay, the yellow squirrel. So the yellow squirrel is let me see, not dominant. So the dominant is more the brown fur. Okay, so before that, we must know what is the meaning of population. So population is a group of individuals with the same species. Okay, this only have squirrel here that live in the habitat. Okay, this is habitat. Okay, same area, and may interbreed to produce fertile offspring. That means must have male and female. Okay, so when we use the words, okay, to describe the allele, okay, so for allele dominant, because we see more brown fur, so that's brown fur is dominant. Okay, so we use the big B, I say the big B, okay, for brown, and allele recessive, a small b for yellow. Okay, and in genotype, okay, when this individual carry two allele, we call it genotype or gene. Okay, so the B, 2 big B, this is the homozygous dominant individual. Okay, and for the small b, so the squirrel has small b, we call it homozygous recessive. And if the squirrel, okay, the individual carry one allele for dominant, big B, and one allele recessive, okay, small b, so we call it heterozygous. Okay, so I hope you all understand, because this is basic before that at Mendel's law. Okay, so I think you already known already about Mendel's law, but today I relate to the Hardy-Weinberg. Okay, so how Hardy-Weinberg is used? Okay, so the population must has more gene. Okay, so this one gene, this one gene. So the gene pool is consists of all alleles at every locus in all individuals of the population at given time. Okay, so remember for my student, STPN and maybe matriculation, the definition of population, the gene pool, you must remember. Okay. Okay, so what is Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium? Okay, maybe somebody name the equation. Okay, one's name Hardy, one name's Weinberg. Okay, so the Hardy-Weinberg is introduced by G.H. Hardy, and another scientist is Wilhelm Weinberg. Okay, and there are, it's not biology, but mathematics. Okay, so G.H. Hardy is an English mathematician, and Wilhelm Weinberg, a German, is a physician. Okay, so they independently discovered that this principle, okay, Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, concerned with the frequency of genes allele in a population. Okay, so now we want to study about the frequency of gene allele in a population. Okay. Okay. So what is the equation? Yes, the P plus Q equal to 1. And what is P? And what is Q? P refer to frequency of dominant allele, and Q refer to frequency of recessive allele. And we have another equation, okay, the second one, and this one for genotypes. Okay, so P square refer to genotypic frequency of homozygous dominant. That means the frequency of genotypes, okay, for homozygous dominant. 2PQ, okay, this refer for heterozygous genotype, okay, genotypic frequency of heterozygous, and Q square refer to genotypic frequency of homozygous recessive. So when P square plus 2PQ plus Q square, so they also equal to 1. Okay, that means they are same. So this must be for constant, okay, in population. Okay, so the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, okay, P plus Q equal to 1 and P square plus 2PQ plus Q square equal to 1. Okay, so the meaning, okay, you also must know what is mean by Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, so for STPN student, remember for the past year question, okay, one question will ask you what is mean by Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, maybe 1 mark or 2 marks, okay, you must take. Okay, so Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, the frequencies of allele, okay, the frequency of allele, okay, the frequency of allele, and the genotypes in a population remain the same from generation to generation. That means the population must be in constant, not change. And so the gene pool is not changed. Okay, so remember, not change. If anything happen, so we don't not do the calculation using Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay. Okay, so there has assumption. Okay, assumption of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, that means we can do this if we follow this assumption. Okay, so what are the assumption? No selection. Okay, no mutation. No migration. Large population and random mating. Okay, I think you all already know the selection, the mutation, migration, large population before this. Okay, random mating. Okay, okay. So this assumption of Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, from the island that I show you before this. Okay, in that island, okay, there are about 60% of brown squirrel compared to yellow squirrel. And you know that, okay, I have remind letter. Dominant allele is brown, okay, so the big B and the small b is recessive allele. Okay, so this one is 60% dominant allele for brown. But if you see in genotypes, okay, one is homozygous dominant and one is heterozygous. Okay, so the heterozygous, they have the brown, okay, the dominant allele and recessive allele. Okay, so if you want to find out the frequency of recessive allele, can you use this? No, okay, because this only one. Okay, and then if you want to calculate the frequency allele, if you choose this way, so they not relate, okay, to the recessive only. Okay, so this one is better. Okay, let me do. Okay, assume the population is in genetic equilibrium. Okay, so make sure in any question, if they have genetic equilibrium, remember we can use Hardy-Weinberg. Okay, so we must find out the Q first. Okay, so refer to recessive allele. Okay, for my experience, student always find the P. Okay, because the data sometimes and always show the P. Okay, the dominant. But they don't know dominant is related to the recessive for heterozygous. Okay, so whatever question, you must find out the Q square first. Okay, so we use the second Hardy-Weinberg equation. Okay, so this one has Q square. Okay, so it's easy to find out the frequency for recessive allele. Okay, so Q square is 40%. Okay, when 40% in a decimal point is 0.4. Okay, 0.4. Okay, so the Q is square root of 0.4. There is a 0.6325. Okay, 6325, or you can write 0.63, or you can also write 0.632. Okay, so in answer the exam question, you can use this either. But in my advice, use the 4 decimal point, but it's very valid compared to the. Okay, so this one I only choose 2 decimal point. Okay, it's better to use 4. Okay, so we get P for frequency for dominant allele. Okay, so 0.37. Okay, in exam, you must state the way how to calculate the frequency, okay, for allele, either recessive or dominant. Okay. Okay, so from the answer, okay, if we put in the genetic frequency again, okay, so that's equal to 1. And then we see that for dominant allele, brown, okay, for the brown 60% squirrel, okay, so when we we calculate this 2, okay, 0.14 plus 0.46 is about 60% of brown fur. Okay, so okay, see 60% here. Okay, so relates to this one. Okay, so this is 46% plus 40%. So there are 60% for the brown squirrel, and the 0.440 is referred to 40% of recessive, the recessive genotype. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, let's see. Okay, conclusion. Okay, for conclusion, if we want to find the frequency of allele, okay, we must use the genotypic frequency of homozygous recessive. Okay, whatever, we must use the homozygous recessive Q square. Okay, so we use the second formula first. Okay, so P square plus 2PQ plus Q square equal to 1. So this one, okay, we can find this one first. Okay, and from this, we can find the frequency of recessive allele, Q, by using this formula, Q square equal to 0.4, and then we got the frequency of recessive allele, Q, so the answer. And then we can find the frequency of dominant allele by using second formula. Okay, so whatever in question, okay, remember to find out the Q square first. Okay, class. Okay, conclusion 2. Okay, for conclusion 2, Hardy-Weinberg equation are used to estimate the frequency of alleles and genotypes in a population which is in genetic equilibrium. Okay, so if evolutionary force, okay, such as natural selection occur, or mutation, or not randomatic anymore, migrate to somewhere, okay, so this equation is not really anymore because the permanent change in allele frequency within population. Okay, so remember this one, it's conclusion 2. And another one, okay, if the change, okay, when there is a change in allele frequency within population, we may not use Hardy-Weinberg equation, but calculate the new frequency of alif manually. Okay, this one actually in question they give the data. Okay, they give the data of apa? The individuals of frequency, the homozygous dominant, the total individual of heterozygous, and also the total individual of homozygous recessive. Okay, so if we have only that data, we must use this formula. Okay, so to find out the frequency alif for P, okay, P. Okay, so equal to, okay, so the total individual of P square, that means of allele homozygous dominant, okay, plus half, okay, half for heterozygous, because heterozygous they share for the dominant allele and also recessive allele, okay, half, and then we times the total individual of heterozygous, and then times 2. Okay, 2 refers to the 2 allele. And then we divide by total all individuals. Okay, and also we can find the frequency of allele for recessive. Okay, which is the total individual of Q square. Okay, this is okay, this is for small a, okay, sorry, this is for small a, small a and small a, so this is recessive, plus, okay, half times total individual of heterozygous, okay, whereas the big a and the small a, okay, and then times 2. Okay, and then we divide by total all individuals. Okay, so this formula, this way is also used when in the same question they also have a state when the random chain, okay, when they happen the migration, okay, so what happened to the population, okay, so we must find another new for frequency allele for recessive and also for P. Okay. Okay, Cikgu Zana, ada apa-apa student tanya?
So far no question. Sekejap.
Ada?
No, so far no questions.
Okay.
So far no question, Cikgu Naini.
Okay.
The student seems to understand.
Yes, I seem to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the second part, we practice the calculation and then we want to student participate to answer the question. Okay, so the second part, Cikgu Zana. Okay, I go through or want to I go through?
I think can we break for the iklan?
Okay, so we break. Okay, class, we break for a while.
Okay.
Tuisyen online percuma. Tuisyen online percuma. Layari www.academyyoutuber bagi mengikuti tuisyen online secara percuma. Prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, semua ada di Akademi YouTuber. Rujuk jadual di laman sesawang www.academyyoutuber.com. Semoga masa terluang anak-anak anda diisi dengan sebaiknya. Tuisyen online percuma mestilah Akademi YouTuber.
Okay. We can start now, Cikgu
Okay.
Naini.
Okay, class, we continue for a little bit difficult. Okay, so we want to try the calculation. Okay, so I hope you are with me. Okay, and you can find the paper and then to jot down try to sketch the answer and then, okay, and then compare with me. Okay, is your answer is really correct or not? And then you can ask why. Okay, okay, let's read 2. Okay, this one is for structure question. Okay, so I get the real exam question, the structure question. Okay, this one is popular. This topic Hardy-Weinberg equation or equilibrium is popular among students. But sometimes they do the mistake. Okay, so the mistake is what I say just now. They choose the wrong way. Okay, so okay, for the structure question, okay, the first one is, okay, the taste of phenethylcarbamide, okay, this we call it PTC, is very bitter to most people. The inability to taste, okay, PTC is controlled by a single recessive gene. Okay, so single recessive gene. Okay, remember, single recessive gene. Okay, in a population under Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Okay, so in the question, if it state the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, so we must use the Hardy-Weinberg equation. Okay, and this question also given a 70% of the population able to taste PTC. Okay, so that means 70% is the dominant. Is that right? 70% is dominant. Okay, so how we calculate the allele frequency of non-tester? Okay, so the non-tester, the non-tester inability to taste PTC, okay, because the non-tester is single recessive gene. Okay, so this is about the individual people. So we must find out the genetic frequency. Okay, so we must find out the Q square. Yeah, so the Q square is 30% because 70% is the dominant. Okay, the dominant, that must be the homozygote dominant and the heterozygote dominant. Okay, remember class, 70% is the dominant, and but you must remember in genotype, they show for the homozygote dominant and the heterozygote. Okay, so the homozygote recessive Q square is 30%. Okay, so easy way. Okay, easy way to find. Okay, I think student must have the answer. Okay, can student state your answer in the comment. Is that right or no? Okay, let me done together. Cikgu Zana ada
So far no question. So far no answer yet.
no answer yet. Okay, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Give some clue.
Okay. Okay. Teacher Faizah mestikan answer. Okay, I'm waiting for student.
Okay, come on students, let's try.
That's right. Okay, this is the one. Okay, 2 marks. That means you must show the way. Okay, how to calculate and then the answer. Okay, let's do it. Okay, teacher give one minute. Okay. Nobody there? Tak ada. Okay, so the non-tester is Q square. So find the Q square first. Okay, so Q square equal to 0.30. Okay, is that right?
There's one answer from Yuking.
So what is the answer?
0.55.
0.55. Okay. So 0.5 cents. Yes. Okay. 0.55. Okay. Congrats. Okay. So is it the way? Okay. So if you give the answer 0.55, okay, 1 mark for the answer, and don't forget to show the way.
Another
Okay.
student, Julia.
Okay. What is
Julia too?
Julia to 0.55. Nobody
Yes.
answer 0.5477.
No, they
For
give 0.5.
Okay, so they just state 2 decimal point. Okay, never mind, because in exam we can still accept the answer. Okay, but what I said before, if you want the accurate, okay, use the 4. Okay, okay, so correct. Okay, congrats. What next today? No, not sure yet. Okay, okay. So let's read the second. Okay, for this structure question, they have another question. Okay, for structure for original exam for STPM, they have about 7 or 8 marks. Okay, for this question, I show you they have 6 marks about this question. Okay, okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Naini, Fatin Azwa dia bagi 0.5477 to
Okay.
force
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's good. Okay, because teacher don't afraid is some year this is accept and then some year is not accept. So use the accurate one. Okay, so use the 4 decimal place. Okay, okay. So let's see the second. Okay, so excited today, teacher. We want to know your answer.
Teacher
Yes.
Naini, there's one more question. What is the
Uh-huh.
minimum decimal point necessary for the answers?
The minimum, okay, so the minimum only for 2 decimal points. So we accept only 0.55 only. Okay, this I refer to original, okay, and this only. So if 1, that means not so accurate. Okay, so I advise you use by using calculator kan, okay. So already have calculator to answer So remember for century, bring your calculator, scientific calculator because maybe this question in structure or maybe in objective. Okay, so let's see other practice for objective question. Okay, this one structure. Okay, so the second, okay, we go to the second question. Okay, the same question, but this question wants you to calculate the frequency of homozygous dominant. Okay, homozygous dominant. Okay, class. Okay, sketch your answer. Okay, teacher go through. Okay, so I give time.
Yeah, give them time.
Okay, remember frequency of homozygous dominant is we find out the Q, the P square. Okay, the P square. Okay, so you already know the Q, so I think you can know the frequency allele of dominant, right? Okay, so any answer? I think this is easy. So we have not already Q, and then
I
we
think
can
they're
go
still
on.
calculating.
Okay.
That's from Nor Aidila. P squared equals 0.2046.
Okay. 0.2046. Okay, correct.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah.
right. No, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. So remember to state the formula. Okay. For structure, is possible. Teacher remind you state what is it? Right. The equation. Okay. Maybe this relate to the answer to give the mark. Okay. So this one compulsory. If the essay oral, okay, also compulsory, okay. So yeah,
Fatin Azwa gave the answer as 0.54523.
4, 5 to 3, okay, correct.
Yeah, correct.
Correct for P. So the answer, the question needs the frequency of homozygous dominant, yeah. Okay, so what's name? Okay, please.
Fatin.
Okay, so that is the frequency of the allele dominant. Okay, the allele. Okay, the question wants you the homozygous dominant. That means the genotype. Okay, so P square. Remember, P square. Okay, if you answer this one, maybe give 1 mark from the 2 marks because the answer is must have for P square because the frequency of homozygous dominant. Okay, so don't make a careless. Okay, excited. Okay, and then see the question first. Okay, check, double check. Okay, Okay, okay. Other student answer 0.26, 0.20, 0.20. Nah, okay.
Ada.
Okay,
So far
so
tak ada.
they stay in their mind that I remind already. Okay. Okay. So the same question. Okay, the same question. Okay, to find out, okay, to calculate, okay, the frequency of heterozygous. So heterozygous, that means the genotype for heterozygous. So we must know the 2PQ. Okay, so you already know P, you already know Q. Okay, so get through the answer. Yeah. So teacher, okay, I think you all get the same answer with me.
So far.
Yeah. Okay.
Surya Nabila. Surya
Yeah.
Nabila, she
Hmm?
gave the answer as P equals 0.20.
Okay. Okay, never mind. It's still correct. Okay. Okay. So STPN still correct. Immatriculation, maybe it's correct as well. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, but that still relate to the for the decimal point. Okay. Okay. For the third one, calculate the frequency of heterozygous. Okay. Have you all get the answer? Say with me. 0.4954. Okay. Okay, so I hope you get same with me. Okay, and remember to show to state the second equation.
Julia got
Yeah.
2PQ is 0.22.
To be 0.22.
But I
0.22.
think Yu King got the correct answer. 2PQ equals 0.4954. Yu King.
Okay, you king, yes. Okay, so must be the answer 0.4954 because 2 times with 0.4523 for P. And then for Q 0.547. Okay.
Surya Nabila gave the answer as 0.495.
Okay, can the three decimal point? Okay, yes, can. 2 can. Okay. So whatever is still accept. Okay, and don't forget to you show the way to get another mark. Okay. So we are finished already about the calculation. Okay. So it's a if you are familiar or expert with this Weinberg question, I think you have no problem to answer the question. And the mistake is sometimes they find what we say the P. Okay, whatever in question, we find out the Q square first, and then we find out the Q. Okay, class, remember, although the look easier, but careless maybe. Okay. Okay. So can we go through the structure? Another one. Okay, another one structure is for the obey the Weinberg, and sometimes we not obey, we calculate it manually. Okay, let's see the question. Okay. This population of cows. Okay, population of cows, squirrel. Okay, the population of cows at genetic equilibrium. Okay, so in genetic equilibrium, that means we can use the Weinberg. Okay, 1,500 cows have dominant grey coat. Okay, remember 1,500 it carry genotype homozygote dominant, yeah, and heterozygous. Okay, while the remaining 500 cows have recessive white coat. Okay, so the total cow in the population is 2,000. Okay, 1,500 cow is dominant. Okay, and the 500 cow for homozygous recessive is 500. Okay, is a recessive, homozygous recessive. Okay, so look at the question. Okay, you must read all the question. Don't excited to answer. If all the white coat cows were sold and the remaining cows were left to breed randomly. Okay, so 500 cows they sold. That means there's no that means they migrate outside. Okay, so remain. So the remain cows were left to breed randomly. Okay, so now you must find out the new frequency alif for 1500. Okay, so the first one we use the Hardy-Weinberg equation because we want to know what is Q, what is P, because the 1500 cows that dominant gray relate to the homozygous dominant and heterozygous. Okay, so we find out the Q square first. Okay, the recessive allele. We must find out the recessive allele for Q. So we get the data of a Q square. That means 500 cows recessive white coat. Okay, 500, and then over 2000. Okay, so we use this one is Hardy-Weinberg first. Okay, and then Q is 0.5. Okay, why we use the Hardy-Weinberg first? Because we want to know the heterozygous and the homozygous. Okay, because they stay the white coat outside. Okay, so the question, they want to know the number of white coat cows. Okay, because remember they still can breed 1500. Okay, so they can produce a new white coat cows. Okay, so Q we get 0.5, and then P we also get 0.52. Okay, I'm something seperti ini. Okay, 0.5 also. Okay, so we get P 0.5. Okay, so we can find out the heterozygous genotype frequency 2PQ, 2 times 0.5 for P, and also 0.5 for Q, and then they get 0.5 also. Okay, so we must find out the total cows. Okay, the total cows heterozygous frequency is 0.5. Okay, times 2000. Okay, because we want to know how many heterozygous. Okay, 1000, and the rest one homozygous dominant genotype 500 cows. Okay, so you have know already what is exactly heterozygous genotype cows. Okay, they have 1000 cows that heterozygous genotype and 500 cows homozygous. Okay, homozygous dominant genotype. Okay, so we continue with the question. If all the white coat cow were sold, so remaining 1500, 1000 for the heterozygous, 5000 for the homozygous. Okay, and then the remaining cow will left breedly. Okay, I said before they can breed, and then new white coat cows will produce. Okay, for the next generation of 1000 cows. Okay, so we see after white coat cow was sold, the new dominant allele frequency is remaining cow population. Okay, so total is 1500. Okay, so we found out manually. Okay, we must find out the new frequency of dominant allele. Okay, so use the other equation. Okay, manually. Okay, 500, that means for dominant, times 2 because it carry 2 allele, plus half. Okay, 1000 for the heterozygous, times 2 because they have 2. Okay, 2, that may relate to the recessive also, and then divide by the total. Okay, so we get 0.67 for the new dominant allele. Okay, and then we can use Hardy-Weinberg because they said the remaining cows were left to breed randomly. Okay, so the new recessive allele, we can use the formula. Okay, so 1, okay, so deduct by 0.67, we get 0.33. So the number of white coat cows in the next generation is, okay, we times 1000 because the question said 1,000 cows. Okay, so time by 1,000 cows and get 109 cows. Okay, so complicated, but I think you can do it. Okay, follow the question one by one. Okay, until the end. Okay. Okay, so I hope you already understand. If not understand, you can write the comment, or you jump at my channel and see again the video and again until I think you can understand. Okay, okay, let me practice. I have only 2 objective questions. See, I have about 5 minutes more. Teacher Zana.
Yes, wait. The sample target
Okay.
for 20.
Yeah, for 20. Okay, so I think I have 5 minutes more.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's try, class. The Hadi Weinberg question in this practice. Okay, this one is objective question only. Okay, I have 2 questions for you all. Okay, let's see the question. Practice 1. Okay, simple. This is original question from the past year question. Okay, for STPM Biology, Sem 3. Okay, in Hadi Weinberg equilibrium, 36% of individuals, okay, in a population of birds show the recessive phenotype. Okay, that's the question. So whatever you see the question, remember to read the sentence first and don't eager to see the question. Okay, so see the statement first. Okay, and what is the frequency of the dominant allele in the population? Okay, there you have 4 multiple choice answer. Okay, so I give you time to answer. Okay, show your talent and write in your comment answer. Okay, teacher waiting. Okay, the teacher Zana.
So far, no answer.
Okay. Okay, teacher still waiting. Try to get the answer. Try to remember the formula and try to find out what is the frequency of dominant allele. Okay. Okay. Okay, times. Okay, dah berdiri?
No one yet.
Okay, student, after this we make revision and revision. Okay, objective 1 question only from the 15 question. Okay, must be correct. If not, we miss the for many mark for 1 question over 50 question objective. Nobody.
Okay, Julia B, Surya Nabila B, Yu King
Okay.
B,
Yeah.
Ana Najwa B, Fatin Azwa B.
Wow.
I think there was a delay just now.
Yeah, good.
Dilani B.
Okay, so the answer is 0.4. Okay, correct. Okay, so you show your talent, you understand, I hope. Well, okay. And this is the way. Okay. Okay, so remember to find out the recessive phenotype first. And remember to find the Q first. Okay. So the question need the P. Okay. Okay, so the last one. Okay, for the last one. Okay. This is not the percent. Okay, this is a simple question. Okay, statement. The cystic fibrosis ailment on the pancreas is a condition of recessive homozygous. If 1, okay, 1, you write 1, not 1 number. In every 2,000 individuals, okay, in a population suffers from this ailment. Okay, what is the frequency of gene in that population? What is the frequency of the gene? Okay, so the gene refer to the population that suffer from this ailment. Okay, So what is frequency of the gene? Okay, try get the answer. Okay, we running out time. Waiting. So what is the answer? Try to find out what is the frequency of the gene. Okay, the question not give directly frequency dominant whatever. Frequency of the gene. The gene is given in the statement. If 1 in every 2,000 individuals in the population suffer from this ailment. Okay, suffer. The first statement is condition of the cystic fibrosis. Okay, so the question want you to find the frequency of the suffer. Okay, so what is the answer? Anybody? Teacher Lana?
So far, not yet.
Complicated. Not understand what is the frequency of the gene. Okay. Okay, let's teacher. Okay, teacher got the answer. Okay, because running out of time. So the answer is
There's still plenty of time. It's just 4:25.
Yeah. Okay. So the answer is B. Okay, so what is B? Okay, B is the Q. Okay, so the Q is equal for 1 in every 2,000 individuals in the population suffers.
Cikgu Naini, we got an answer. You King answer B.
Okay.
Ana Najwa B.
Okay, so you King get always correct. Okay, congrats from me. Okay.
Ana Najwa.
Yeah. So correct. Okay. So
Atin Azua B. Thousand Music.
Okay. Okay, so I hope you all remember how to find out the statement in the question. Okay, so understand how to find out the frequency alert first. Okay, so from your answer, I think teacher think you already understand. Okay, what I teaching today. Okay, so I hope you all make revision more practice. Okay, because this one is the calculation. Okay, so this one also have in objective question and also structure, and maybe in question essay question also in STPN or maybe in the matriculation. Okay, so good luck incentive for student. Okay, teacher hope make revision and get for the excellent result. Okay, bye for me. Thank you.
Okay, terima kasih Cikgu Naini. Pengajaran yang disampaikan amat menarik, detail dan jelas sekali. Alhamdulillah, dah selesai kelas kita pada petang ini. Tahniah diucapkan kepada semua yang setia bersama kelas pada petang ini dari awal sehingga ke saat yang akhir. Okay, sebelum kita tamatkan kelas petang ini, dipersilakan guru-guru yang berada di konti ingin menyampaikan sepatah dua kata. Cikgu Faiza, kita mulakan.
Okay, thank you Teacher Zana. Alright, Teacher Naini. Okay, very best, detail and direct to the point. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, congratulations, and all the students please do subscribe channel Teacher Naini. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Madam Fizi.
Okay, actually I'm teaching. I'm teaching accounting, but for me, this is a very interesting topic and very wonderful explanation from Cikgu Naini. So just guys, subscribe her and you will learn more.
Okay.
And lastly, Cikgu Mawar.
Hi, do subscribe Cikgu Naini and congratulations Cikgu Naini and good luck to your student for becoming exam.
Okay, sebelum kita tamatkan sesi siaran langsung hari ini, mohon tutup ruang chat sebentar dan klik butang subscribe dan aktifkan ikon loceng supaya kamu tidak terlepas sesi kelas yang seterusnya. Sekiranya anak-anak suka dengan apa yang dipelajari hari ini, sila klik like dan share kepada rakan-rakan di media sosial untuk sebarkan ilmu dan menyampaikan di atas perkongsian tersebut. Sila type done di ruang komen sebelum link sijil akan diberikan sebagai tanda terima kasih kepada Cikgu Naini kerana kehebatan anak-anak menyertai kelas tuisyen percuma pada hari ini. Tolong type done supaya link sijil akan diberikan. Link sijil. Saya masih tak nampak link sijil. Anak-anak tolong type done. Dah subscribe belum? Link sijil, is it?
Ada.
Link sijil.
Ada kan?
Okey, link sijil telah diberikan. So, harus diingat ya, anak-anak, link sijil ini kod aksesnya ialah hashtag kelas AYU huruf besar, capital letters. Hashtag kelas AYU. Okay, thank you Nur Suraya for writing down. Suraya dah subscribe ya untuk Cikgu Naini. Okay, sila ambil perhatian anak-anak sekalian. Link tersebut akan tamat tempoh setengah jam selepas live ini. Pastikan anda guna email e-didik sahaja. Kesalahan memasukkan email tidak akan dilayan. I'm sorry to say that ya. So please use the email e-didik. Dan jangan lupa ya anak-anak untuk mengikuti kelas seterusnya pada minggu hadapan, iaitu Kimia 5 Januari 9.30 malam bersama Cikgu V. Bilau, 7 Januari pada jam 11 pagi bersama Cikgu Mawar, jam 11.30 malam bersama Teacher Tang. Mathematics T bersama Teacher Aileen 9 Januari jam 5 petang, dan biasanya Biologi pada hari dan waktu yang sama iaitu Ahad 10 Januari 3.30 petang bersama Cikgu Fathia. Anak-anak juga dijemput untuk ke portal www.academyyoutuber.com untuk mendapatkan info terkini dan bantu cikgu untuk sebarkan kelas tuisyen percuma ini kepada rakan-rakan dan guru-guru seluruh Malaysia. Usaha ini adalah hasil gabungan guru-guru seluruh Malaysia untuk semua para pelajar seluruh negara, terutamanya dalam menghadapi saat genting melawan pandemik COVID-19 sekarang. Semoga kita mendapat manfaat daripada kelas-kelas yang dijalankan. Ingat hashtag bermula percuma, selamanya percuma, insya-Allah. Itu yang baik datangnya dari Allah SWT, dan jika ada kesilapan adalah dari kelemahan saya sendiri. Terima kasih kepada penyokong Akademi YouTuber. Doakan kami terus kuat dan bersemangat untuk membantu dalam membangunkan pendidikan Malaysia. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Bye.
Tahukah anda tuisyen online percuma? Ya, pertama di Malaysia. Gandingan para guru menghasilkan yang terbaik, memenuhi keperluan pembelajaran anda. Semua mata pelajar percuma. Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, Inisiatif E-Didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tahniah, terima kasih.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTube.